Hi, I'm DeDe. In this seated session, we'll focus on our flexibility, which will help to create better mobility and greater comfort during all kinds of things. Athletic endeavors, sports, even the things we do in our everyday lives. So here's what you'll need. A sturdy armless chair, some water for hydration, athletic shoes, and maybe you need a small towel. So have all that stuff ready to go, but out of your way. Make sure you have room enough around your chair to be able to move your arms and legs freely, and remember to always move at your own pace. All right, let's begin. Go ahead and have a seat. Sitting up straight and tall, sitting away from the back of the chair a bit. Feet are in line with one another, knees over ankles, knees in line with hip joints. And then we're sitting up straight and tall as if we were leaning against the back of the chair, but we're not. Let's take the arms down to the sides, and then we'll inhale and draw the arms back, and then exhale, bring the arms forward. Again. Starting to warm up through our shoulders and our arms, through our back muscles and our chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Trying not to hold the breath at any point. Now when you're here, lift your chest up a little bit more and then let it drop down just a little bit. Then we'll do that again. You can look up a little bit higher and then maybe look down. Lifting the chest as you open your arms, letting it drop down, and one more. And then your arms come down to your sides. Let's roll the right shoulder up and around, and the left shoulder. Up and around. 4 more. Now we'll keep going with this, but we'll lead with the elbow. So the elbow's a little bit bent and the thumb is up. Pull back. Pull back. How's your posture? We're going to try to maintain this upright posture for pretty much every move that we do. And that way we'll build muscular endurance. Let's roll both arms now, up and back and down. Go again. It's a little slower because it's a little bit more. We're using both arms. And again. Last one. Now thumbs facing forward, let's bring one arm up while the other arm goes back, and then we'll switch. It's best if your chair doesn't have arms on it, if at all possible. Keep your elbows bent here if that feels better for your shoulders. Otherwise, they're a little bit straighter. One more. Now let's take the arms out to the sides, separate the feet a little bit, and then we'll twist. Exhale. Inhale. Let's go the other way. Reach out, and then twist. We inhale here, and the reason why we exhale here is so we have more room in our bodies to twist. The air takes up room, so if you're letting the air out as you twist, that gives you more space. Keep your legs stationary and sturdy, so when you grab onto one leg to help you twist, you have a good sturdy anchor there. One more. Now similar but different. Inhale out, let's side bend. One hand on the chair, exhale over. Let's do that same side again. Inhale, exhale. How about the other way now? Support with your hand on the chair. Both your hips stay heavy. Now let's go back and forth. So we inhale and exhale over. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. Just two more. One more time, warming up the torso muscles. Let's come back to the center now. Walk your feet in, back to hip joint distance apart. Now we tap the toes right and left, right and left, right and left. Let your arms hang down now, let your shoulders move, let your arms move a little bit. Can you get your toes up any higher? Let's bend the elbows. So if it's your right toes that are up, it's your left arm that's forward. See if you can get that pattern. 8 more, 7, 2, and 1. All right, both heels up and down. Now if your feet are too far away from you, you won't be able to get up very high. Try to have your ankles directly under your knees. That's a good distance. Two more. Now let's alternate our heels. One and the other, one and the other. Let's rock from side to side just a little bit. Just a little rocking. You lean to the opposite side from the lifting heel side. Now come back to the center, grab onto the chair, extend one leg forward, and then bend it, and the other leg forward, and then bend it. If you'd rather just plant your heel down, you can do that instead. But then once you do that and you're comfortable, then try to lift your heel off the ground, at least a little bit. Now we'll reach with the opposite arm. Reach and switch and reach. Get a little twist going through your torso. Your chest turns a little bit. You can turn your chest without turning your head, but it helps with balance if you turn your head as well. Now no turning, both arms forward, forward and down. You're still going with your heel on the ground if that's better. Are you starting to feel a little warmer? I am. I hope you are too. Now we circle the legs. So hold on to your chair, right leg first. It goes around and then reverse the direction and then switch. Out, side, in, side, forward, in. Switch legs. Out, in, out, switch. Now if you can do this without holding on, then you'll do that, just placing your hands in your lap. I can feel lots of activation in my hips, my hip joints. I can feel the area around the front of the hip joint really working. Can you feel that? Even when we're sitting, we can still work our entire body. The more fit we can be while we're sitting, the better we can do at things other than sitting, like maybe standing up, which we're going to get into shortly. Let's add an arm. It's out, and then just like the leg, it goes in reverse. Switch. So my shoe wants to grip the floor. How about yours? That's a little bit more resistance. That makes it just a little bit more effort. How about a little bit bigger with the arm? Other side. How about 2 more? So now that we've warmed up, let's stretch through our hips a little bit. Let's go to a wide stance with the feet, and then we turn and we drop this knee down. This knee is over the ankle. Let's rock the pelvis forward and back, forward and back. Two more. And then we'll head around to the other side. Turn all the way, 90 degrees with both knees, and then we rock forward and back. So this is getting in and stretching out our hip flexors now that they're nice and warm. And then we'll come back to the center. Now, speaking of warm, get ready to get even warmer. So I want to give you an option first. Instead of standing all the way up like this, I want you to take the option, if it's better for you, of just unloading your hips and then reloading them. Okay, so it's like you're getting ready to stand up, but then you change your mind. Otherwise, feet in line with hip joints, feet are even and straight. Let's push off from the chair. Stand up, press your pelvis a little bit forward, and then sit down. Again, up, up, nice and tall, down, down. Now, sometimes it feels safer, even though you know your chair is there, to just reach back and feel for it with your hands. So I want you to keep doing that if you need to. Otherwise, and then hands in your lap. But make sure your chair isn't going anywhere. If you have a chair that's moving around a little bit, that's probably not a safe situation. So move to a different chair or move to a different surface under the chair legs. Like if you have a yoga mat, it's not a bad idea to put the yoga mat under your chair legs if you find that your chair is moving around. You always want your chair to be sturdy and still. We got a few more. Remember, the option is just to unload and then reload your hips. Otherwise, you're doing arms with me or no arms with me. How about 2 more? One more. All right, let's come on down. Shoulders away from ears. Press your palms together. And we'll press from side to side. So you should feel that your heart rate is up from what we just did. Now we're going to go back to what we just did, but we're going to add the tiptoes at the top. So here we go. Hands on the chair if you need it. Up on your toes and then down. Up. Toes, down, down. Now, if this feels too fast, you know you can always go slower. You don't have to move exactly in rhythm with me or exactly in rhythm with the music. You can go at your own perfect pace. If you need another chair in front of you to steady yourself on and give yourself some light support, make sure you put that in front of you. Or if you need to be near a wall for the same reason, we have one more here. And down. All right, stay seated. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. 2 more. Let's take the feet wider now so the legs are more in line with the corners of the chair. Let's inhale, hands on the legs. Exhale and hinge forward. So the warmer we are, the higher our body temperature right now, the more comfortable and deeper the stretches will be. And the deeper the stretches, the more flexibility we may be able to derive from the stretches. All right, come forward, stay there. Now turn one shoulder down toward the floor and then come up. Inhale, how about the other shoulder? Down and up and switch. Now let's twist, drop your shoulder down and hold there. Just hold there and breathe. Make sure you're supporting yourself with your hands on your legs. So you should feel some stretch in the front of your shoulder and maybe some stretch in your inner thighs too. Now come up and we'll switch shoulders. Drop the other one down, hold here. Let's come back up. All right, shoulders are back and down. Let's turn sideways again. Now we'll stay in this position for a bit. Start with your 90-90, stay here. Holding on with at least one hand, maybe to the back of the chair, and then as you see fit, wiggle your back foot further back and straighten your back leg a little bit more. So this left leg is a little straighter. And then watch my foot. You want to try to push the heel away, if you can. So you'll feel some stretch in your toes. Certainly in the front of your hip, you'll feel some stretch. And then if you lift your chest a little bit, you'll feel some stretch even into your abdomen. Stay here. Now we'll make this a little bit more challenging if you'd like it to be. Take the hand that's closest to me and take it to the outside of your bent leg. Turn your chest toward the back of the chair as much as you can. And we'll stay with this twist. Breathing in and out. No holding. Almost there. And then we release that. Before you move, slide your back foot in a little bit so we can support you as we turn all the way to the other side. Knee under hip. This knee is over the ankle. Stay here for a moment. And then as much as you can, staying in a pain-free range, let's wiggle the back foot back. And then think about your back foot. Watch my back foot. Push the heel back as much as you can. Then we'll stay here. Keep your front ribs pulling in. Keep breathing. Such a powerful stretch and such a convenient way to do it right in our chair. It feels so good to do it this way. You can really feel the stretch if you're not trying to do it just on your legs. If you're on the chair, it's a lot more about the stretch and less about the effort. So now let's take our hand that's closest to me and we'll twist and look over the back of the chair and stay here. Make sure you don't turn your head too far. Keep your neck relaxed. Turn your chest more than you're trying to turn your head. And then we're coming back to center. Soften your back knee, turn forward. Bring your feet in closer. We're still not against the back of the chair. Let's move into child's pose now, where you keep your torso straight and long, and then you either rest your forearms here, or you lace your arms underneath like you're giving your legs a hug. And then the objective for this position is just to simply shut off the back muscles. So make sure you let them release and relax. Because we have our knees and ankles together, you'll also feel some release through your hips. We were just stretching the hips like crazy. Now we're letting them recover. And then hands on the legs, let's sit up. Let's go back to our wide stance now. So again, your legs are out toward the corners of your chair. Inhale, right hand on your leg. As you exhale, take your left arm over and we'll stay here. Lengthening the left side, shortening through the right side, reaching up and over and breathing. Keep drawing your top arm back. Keep your palm facing toward me. All right, let's come up and then we'll switch. This hand down, this arm up, and we'll come over. Try to relax what doesn't need to be tense. For example, our shoulders right now, they don't need to be tense. You may feel some tension in your right side because that side is stretching. But we don't need tension in our shoulders. How about your jaw? You don't need tension there right now either. All right, let's come back to center. Now we'll walk the feet back into about hip joint distance apart. Set your shoulders down into your back. Now take your right arm forward and then take it across. And then use your left hand to pull the right arm in closer. Here's what we're not doing though. We're not lifting our shoulder up. So press your shoulder down and pull your arms across. This arm comes across, this arm is doing the pulling. So you should feel this here on the outside of your upper arm. You feel it? Flexibility in our shoulders is so important for so many things that we do. Just about anything you do with your arm involves your shoulder. All right, let's switch. This arm, shoulder down, arm across, and then the right arm is the arm that pulls. I really feel that here. How about you? Let's release that. Let your arms come down. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. Now take your right hand and place it on top of your shoulder. Use your other hand to help your elbow go up toward the ceiling. So that means your right hand is going further and further down your back. Go to the place that you can go sensibly, comfortably, and still have the space between your ear and your shoulder. Don't close that space. See, the space is still there. Now, if your arm is out here, pull your elbow so it's facing toward me and then let it go up. Feel the difference. The stretch is right here in the back of our upper arm. And then release. Let's roll just that shoulder up and around. And then we'll do the other side. Left fingertips on your shoulder. Right hand comes in for the assist. Your elbow's pointing toward me. And then you're trying to get your left hand further down your back. There's no obligation to go very far at all. You just go to your distance. And then how about this space? Ear to shoulder, there should still be some space. How's your breathing here? How's your posture? Are you still sitting up? Do you have your upper back rounded? Try not to do that. Sit up straight and tall and feel what's going on in this left arm. And then release, roll this shoulder up and around. Now let's open the arms up. Your thumbs are facing up. Your arms go past your body to the back. Keep going there. So it looks like this. The arms are behind us a bit. Draw the backs of your hands toward whatever's behind you. Feel that stretch in the front of the shoulders and through the chest. And then release. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. Now we cross ankle over ankle or ankle over knee, whatever you can manage comfortably. If you're doing this version with ankle over knee, flex your foot on your top leg. And then sit up taller. Ooh, feel that in the outer part of your hip. And then if you can, tip forward, maintaining your long, straight spine. And then the shoulders are settled. The chest is still open. And then we're sitting all the way up. Let's twist now with our legs exactly as they are, either here or here. Sitting up straight, twisting to the right, looking over the shoulder. Stay here. Coming back to the center. Let's help our leg down, and then we'll go to the other side. Ankle over ankle, or ankle over knee with the foot flexed. Let your knee drop down as much as it can. Sit up as straight and tall as you can, and then lean forward. Remember, our breathing plays a role in our flexibility work. If you're doing short, shallow breath, that kind of sends a message to your nervous system and your connective tissue that maybe it needs to be tense. If you breathe deeply and in a luxuriously slow way, that sends the opposite message. It sends the let's relax message. And your nervous system is always listening for stuff like that. So send it a relaxation message with your deeper breathing. Let's sit up, keep your legs, and twist. All right, and then we're coming up. Now both feet are down, slide to the front edge of your chair. Make sure your feet move forward a bit, one leg straight, lean forward. Now you can reach towards your toes, but make sure you're not rounding your back to get there. I'll show you that from the side. So you can reach for your toes, but don't round like this to get there. Sometimes it feels better just to keep your hand on your thigh or your shin without reaching for your toes, but you do what works for you, maintaining your posture while you're here. Can you lift your toes any higher? Can you make your heel any heavier? Keep a softness in your knee if you feel any pressure there. Let's come up. And we'll switch sides. The other leg is straight, sitting up straight and tipping forward. Thigh or shin or reaching for your toes or somewhere in between. If we do a lot of sitting, these muscles in the back of our legs can get very shortened and very tight, and that can lead to all sorts of issues. With back pain, maybe hip dysfunction, cramping. So we're lengthening the back of our leg so that sort of stuff doesn't happen as often to us. All right, let's come up, scoot back a little bit. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. And one more time. Let's get a little neck stretch now. Seat your shoulders down into your back and tip your head over to one side. Feel the stretch in your neck on the opposite side. And then up and over to the other side. And then let's come up one more time with the shoulders up and back and down. Okay, so how was that for you? Do you feel looser and more limber? Don't forget, when we're more flexible, we can have better mobility as well as better athletic performance and even better comfort overall. As always, thank you for joining me, but also thank yourself for being here because you took some time to take care of you today. And I'll see you next time.